How do you execute comedy in the Oval Office? How much time did you have? Did you have to pitch that joke to him? I remember you and I were talking ahead of that, and I was saying instead of the apples, maybe like potato chips and junk food. And
how did
that whole scene work?
I wanted two things on the coffee table. I wanted a file that says top secret. And I was going to flip through that. And I wanted a copy of Mad Magazine. And that did not fly with the Secret Service. Either one of those ideas. And I said, this is what we have. There's a bowl of fruit that you can't bring anything in or take anything out. You know, obviously it's a bit of a tense environment. But so I came up with the wash. I had that when I planned.
I would imagine they said, look, you've got 30 minutes to pull this off.
I had an hour total.
An hour total, right?
For the entire show.
That was it.
And that was it. And so I wanted to pull up. You know, in the front of the White House, there's that big portico. It's kind of a circular driveway. So I wanted to pull up and honk and have him walk out. And there was something going on, and some big things going on, and there was a bunch of press on that side of the house, and we couldn't do it. They said, well, you can do the other side where the Oval Office is. And I said, could I knock on the window of the Oval Office? And they said yes, and that was really one of the greatest moments of my life. And I will admit to you, there have been that's probably the most terrified as a performer I have ever been in my life.
That was going to be my next question.
Yes.
I couldn't, because in my head, when you were sitting and talking about Obama in the little deli they have at the White House,
it's a little break room, yeah.
I could tell both of you guys were a little nervous.
Yeah.
So and that's what I was going to ask you, who was more nervous in that situation?
Oh, I think I was, but by then I was okay. It was the opening bit, that Oval Office bit that you just watched. I knew I had one shot to get this, and I knew I'm probably the only comedian that anyone's ever going to let do something like this. And as a comedian, all you want is for it to be funny. That's all you want. And, you know, in general, when you're making things, shooting things, if it doesn't work, you do it again. And we shoot it again, we'll try it again. And something, you drop the apple, or he didn't turn at the right time, and you do it again. That's how most movies and TV shows and comedy stuff is made. And I knew I'm going to get to do this one time. And my idea was, I want it to look like two guys hanging out, and they're losers. It's like a George and Jerry scene. And it's like, hey, I thought we were going out. What are you doing at the desk? I thought we were hanging out. So that was why I'm looking at him like, what are you doing? Let's go. And
toughest room you've ever done comedy in?
For sure. I was. You can't. I did a pretty good job. You can't really tell, but I was freaking out. I just wanted to get it right. I wanted to get it right, and I was very nervous about it working. And so I walk up to the Oval Office. So I pull up in the car, and I walk up to the Oval Office, and there's where that window is. Outside that window, it's all hedges, and there's no separation between the hedges. So I stand there, he's at the desk, and he's pretending to work, and I'm going, I can't get to the window. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, not just for me, and I really mean this. I really thought, I'm representing every comedian that's ever lived that's getting to do this. I'm the one who got to do this. And I can't get through the hedge. So
no rehearsal.
There was no rehearsal.
No rehearsal.
So I just, and you know what that's a boxwood hedge. You know what those things are like. So I just.
I don't think we do. But
you don't know that kind of hedge. It's just a hedge.
I'm not a hedge expert.
And they make it. They shape it like a box. That's why it's called a box.
Yeah, I'll write that down.
So I just pushed through the hedges because it was that, or I go, I can't do it. I can't get
right.
So that's the little story of that.
I love that. And it probably holds the record for the amount of time in shooting an episode, right? 1 hour.
For sure.
Right. Did that change how you shot shows moving forward?
No, I mean that's all they gave you, and obviously it's an incredible opportunity.
Yeah.
My producer, it started as a joke. We were in editing, and I said, why don't we call Obama? And my producer says, I actually know some people over there because I produce the debates every year. So I know some of the people at the White House. I go, let's call him for a joke and ask if he would do it.
I remember Bill Maher gave him $1 million, and he did your show before.
Right.
Right. Well, let's talk about cars. We're here at Pebble Beach.
Right.
I found this graphic on the internet. I don't know if this is going to work, but it's all the cars that you've driven with the comedians that you've driven, all 72. You want to pop that up and maybe screen up? And I thought if you could just scroll up, if you wanted to just pick a person and a car and tell us why you picked that car.
Well, in the early days, I really wasn't picking the car for the guest as that kind of happened as we were doing it.
We'll make sure we go down to some later shows. Just scan toward the bottom of the graphic.
Well, the Mercedes 280 SL for Alec Baldwin was like, Alec Baldwin is like, he's a completely juvenile, insane person, but whenever I would see him out in New York, he's always got a sport jacket on.
Yeah.
He's got a suit on.
Yeah.
He's got a white shirt buttoned down. He like tries to look like an adult. So that's the Mercedes 280 SL to me. It's like a sports car, but I don't want to really. I'm not going to get into a Triumph. That's for kids.
They're not so on the nose. I know people pitch you all the time for cars. Here, take my car and use my car.
Right.
Suggestions. But your formula is not. I still haven't figured it out, to be honest with you. You asked me the other day about a car, and I didn't even want to go on record trying to guess because I still haven't figured out what that formula is relating to someone.
It's just, what is it about this person that you notice?
Right.
And every car has a personality. Every car is trying to say something to the world.
Okay, so Michael Richards in that 62 VW split window cab bus that now resides at the Malibu Kitchen. How do you relate that bus to Michael Richards? This guy, right?
Yeah, I think it was, Michael was one of those people who, he's a crazy person, but everything we gave him to do, he could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Every comedic idea we had, he could execute it. And that VW double cab bus is like whatever you got to haul, if you got to move people, if you got to move a couch, if you want to go camping, whatever you need, it could do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it just seemed like a very multifunctional vehicle, and he was like an all-purpose comedic genius to me.
I want to show one of the car opens from this season, and then I want you to tell me how you put it together.
Okay.
Because I love this little creative process. Let's throw the video.